Thanks for joining me in the Gen Experience, a time when setting the table for dinner wasn't complete without the finest drinking glass money could buy from McDonald's, or Arby's, or Burger King, or any other fine food establishment. I'm your host, Victor, and I was there arguing with a sibling on who would get Luke Skywalker and who would get Grimace to drink our Tang from. A properly stocked Gen X cupboard had a vast array of brightly painted character glassware, a mishmash of colorful drinking glasses that all the best families had. While some folks still use those plastic Tupperware cups in earth tones at dinner, the other half had choices, like Smurfs or Goonies, to hold their milk. Do you remember these classic promotional must-have glasses? The same glasses that when one of them dropped and shattered, your mother would cry,
"Damn it, we can't have nice things."
If so, then please consider clicking like and help me out by subscribing to the channel for more great content about growing up Gen X. For whatever reason, the character glass I remember most, and quite fondly, was Miss Piggy, crashing through the glass on a motorcycle, capturing a scene promoting the second Muppet film, The Great Muppet Caper. You know, the one with the baseball diamond? This is from 1981 and was furnished by the good old Mickey D's. Did you have a Muppet glass? Do you even remember your first promotional glassware? Because the Muppets weren't the first in this game, but this game was heating up. The most common way to get a glass was purchase with purchase from your favorite fast food location. For those not in the know, basically, this is when they will gladly sell you a special item for a special price if you purchase some regular item at a regular price. But enough marketing, this isn't Mad Men. Frankly, the glasses were a steal. The price could range from 49 cents to $1.49, and although that might sound like dropping some coin, especially in the 70s and 80s, getting a set of glasses for a couple of bucks, and by the way, made of real glass, couldn't be cheaper. Your parents knew this was a deal because it wasn't some cheap-ass kids' meal toy they were buying. But they could stock their shelves with a whole set of this. Or even this. Good God, what is Ronald doing in that cup? And the kids loved them, just like those cheap-ass kids' meal toys. These sets weren't the first of their kind, especially from McDonald's. In the mid-70s, McD's and a couple other of the big fast food chains began these drinking glass promotions with their own characters on them. Sets of glasses to represent the whole mascot menagerie, and they did well, besides the incredibly high level of lead in the paint. But that's not important right now. BK wasn't about to let Ronald get all the fun and offered mascot glasses around the same time. But as you know, characters like Sir Shakes-a-Lot, the Duke of Doubt, and the Fry Thing aren't as memorable as McDonaldland. Exactly. Moving on. There may have been a gift with purchase or some other promotional ploy, but no matter the marketing, every family seemed hell-bent on acquiring any themed glass offered at their favorite fast food. And more importantly, completing that set. The 70s and mostly the 80s was the collect 'em all decade, am I right? I'm right. Branded glasses weren't everywhere like they are today. You couldn't just walk in and find that set of 4 superhero pint glasses at the department store or Target as easily as you can now. These glasses, from juice to pint-sized, would fill every dark wood colonial designed late 70s, early 80s kitchen. You relied on these restaurants to provide you a matching set of drinking glasses for your dining table. And by matching, I mean a very different image on every glass, but at least the shape of the glass was the same. Pretty soon everyone had joined the McDonald's bandwagon, and from Hardee's to Godfather's Pizza, you couldn't enter a restaurant or turn on the TV without being bombarded by a fast food character drinking glass promotion advertisement.
Head for Taco Bell at Warp Speed and start collecting Star Trek 3 glasses. Beam home Spock. Klingon treachery. The Secret of Valtrapan. And Fate of the Enterprise. Star Trek 3 glasses. Only at Taco Bell. It's just made for you. Hurry and buy this week's glass. Spock lives for just 69 cents with the purchase of a large or medium soft drink at regular price.
Now, some of the IPs were stronger than others, but depending on what you were interested in and what greasy spoon you patronized, there always seemed to be a promotion on somewhere and something for everybody. This guy goes without saying, he is a classic. Now, it also was good to see that our holiday history was honored at Arby's and even over at KFC when they oddly honored Oz before then getting a foothold in the Old South. And you thought Fonzie water skiing was jumping the shark? Kong at Arby's was just awesome, while DQ seemed to be directionless. Now this was the biggest collection out there. Who didn't want the whole zodiac signs? And I know we had a few. BK got all patriotic with their bicentennial glasses, and here at Popeyes, this seemed like just a no-brainer. All right. So, as early as the late 70s, when McDonald's released their Garfield glass mugs, it was reported that the paint used on the glasses contained incredible amounts of lead that could be ingested, like thousands of times more than acceptable. However, since you were not drinking off the colored paint, it is said that McDonald's basically responded to these accusations of immense lead content with... So, it continued for a long, long time. McD's might have led the way, but the onslaught of drinking glass promotions continued well into the late 80s, and every restaurant had gotten involved at some point, banking off this popular and lucrative incentive from their chief competitor's coattails. Snoopy is always popular, with Hardee's Flintstone glasses a close second. Now, DQ still seems confused, while KFC takes a more whimsical route. McDonald's also rocks the vote in '86, while we're in and out with Indy. Now, Burger Chef goes for the endangered species, which may not have been a big seller, and Taco Bell might have wanted to wait until the 4th installment of the Star Trek movies to do this. Did you have those Star Wars glasses? They first appeared in 1977 for the original film and were available at Burger King. My mother and father, who both owned a porcelain McDonald's Good Morning coffee cup to refill whenever they went to the store, were loyal to the clown and not the king. They refused to go to BK, so although I recall one or two, we never had a complete set of Star Wars glasses, and that went for Empire and Return of the Jedi as well. You can't imagine the scars left from being denied Star Wars glasses. Who had one of these? Or even one of these? Let me hear it, because I bet you all had something like it. These Tiffany glass designs were a promotion with Coca-Cola and modeled after the famous glass light. Each restaurant made a deal and got their logo along with Cokes in an original stained glass style, befitting of the vintage history of the cola that looked perfect sipping over the billiards table. These glass designs offered a touch of class and were adopted by almost every fast food chain, all but KFC. But it looks like they were embracing their more Confederate side of their mascot glasses. Look at DQ. These are adorable. They came in 2 different sizes, and you could get your sundae or your root beer float served in the one you bought. Even Arby's, the least classy of the bunch, got in on the act. Now, it wouldn't be until 1990 for BK to get their own Tiffany-designed promotional glass, because that is when they dumped Pepsi and joined the rest of the gang with Coke as their official soft drink. These promotional glasses were treasures. We loved getting them, loved collecting them, loved using them. They meant a lot to us, and we always anticipated the follow-up promotions and the next tie-in. Seriously, what's going on with these two? It was a travesty when we lost one, and even more tragic when too many runs through the dishwasher meant we watched as our favorite characters faded away to a shadow of their former self. Losing one was like losing a friend, and like a friend, you couldn't go back and replace it. The offer was gone. And eBay wasn't even a twinkle in Pierre Omidyar's eye. Look that one up. We were lucky though. We didn't have to wait long before a new promotion made us scramble back for a BK broiler, Big Mac meal, or whatever the popular item was at the time, just to get the next offer. And in the 80s, dozens of major franchises began to emerge, not just for movies, but TV characters and the newest intellectual property of the era like Care Bears, Chipmunks, Smurfs. Even very popular comic strip characters had appeared off and on. Garfield was a major one. They even had Ziggy, but in 1981, Arby's served up some Sunday funnies respect by giving a little needed boost to characters made popular in the comic strip BC. They hadn't even been on TV since 1973 for their one and only Thanksgiving special. How many of you read that underrated strip? I miss it. And did I miss these? Where was Transformers, G.I. Joe, and Masters of the Universe? I mean, seriously big franchises. I think they could have done well by jumping on the bandwagon. I know there were a set of 4 awesome He-Man glasses, but not sure where they came from. If you know any of these that were available as promotions at a fast food, let me know in the comments. Bright and colorful, these bold designs continued their cross-promotion with new theatrical releases, as well as tie-ins with any number of random IP looking to market in the most accessible way, the countless fast food restaurants, and the promotions worked. The imagery on the glass would ensure our continued consumption of that intellectual property, as well as the eatery we got them from. We drank the Kool-Aid, figuratively and literally, so it was a win-win. As the years rolled by, some competitors began to bow out, and the drinkware with the garish colors began to fade. Not by the dishwasher, but fade from favor. Less and less restaurants used this marketing by the late 80s, and the idea of glasses with images of a new movie or even the latest greatest TV cartoon franchise just didn't align with the public at the time. Seen as gaudy and tacky, glasses with big character images or Disney theme park promotions would still pop up from time to time, but it got more rare and rare. And then it finally all ended, taken down by an ogre. McDonald's had already played around with the molded glass promotional drinkware for the 1993 Flintstones movie starring Elizabeth Taylor. Okay, I mean starring John Goodman and Rosie O'Donnell, but yes, Liz was in the film as Pearl Slaghoople. Batman Forever molded glasses were also promoted by a fast food joint, even up through 2001 for The Lord of the Rings. These designs allowed a more subtle approach to your pop culture representation, looking a bit more elevated and less comical to house guests. You could tote your Flintstones, Mr. Freeze, or Frodo glass around while no one would be the wiser. Perhaps the 2010 takedown by McDonald's Shrek glasses wasn't a bad thing. They had proved this long tradition's undoing, but it had run its course. The best days were behind it. Like the lead issues, low levels of cadmium were detected in Shrek, and it could rub off on one's fingers. Sounding like the 70s Garfield-led lasagna problem, people took more notice, as well as McDonald's. Although considered within the safe amounts, McDonald's place in the public consciousness had them avoiding scrutiny and outrage, and they quickly removed them. This is often known to be the end of the fast food character movie tie-in glassware promotion. Sure, Coca-Cola returned the next year and in 2011 offered a set of 4 colored molded contoured glasses with the Coke logo front and center. However, this time not even a trace of the restaurant logo. It was just a Coca-Cola promotion, offering a more subdued design and in Coke fashion, slightly classy. It did not promote a new movie, a franchise, or even the restaurant itself. No more characters, no more movies. Cupboards around the country would soon feel the void where Hamburglar once stood. And that, my friends, is truly the end of the story. Luckily, amazing people have some great collections, like this one. Keeping these treasures safe while offering a peek into the past and what the memories meant to them. One of my viewers said this about his collection. I remember when I got my ET glasses. My parents were to take me to the county fair, but it was pouring down rain, and my mom came home with pizza and my glasses. I was in 3rd grade, but years later, she told me she knew that was the only thing that would keep me from throwing a fit. She's the best. And you can always count on Gen X, folks. This didn't scratch the surface of all the movie tie-in glass promotions during the era. Look at this Sunoco ad for Ghostbusters 2 glasses. This kind of thing was everywhere, and Coke and Pepsi, Dr. Pepper, and even 7-Up offered their own promotional tie-ins that were often available at mini-marts like 7-Eleven or even at a grocery store. But that's for a whole different show. And don't even get me started on those infantile plastic cups that fast food places began to use as replacements for their actual glasses. Just know, do you have any of these glasses left? Do you remember which ones were your favorite and where you would go to get them? I know I remember them fondly, and today I have none of those fast food promotional glasses left. What about you? Let me know in the comments, and thanks for joining me in the Gen X experience. I know you enjoyed this journey down memory lane, so please show your applause with a click on the like. And I humbly ask for your subscription so you can come back and see more great content like this show right here on the channel. For those of you coming back, thanks a lot. I appreciate that. I appreciate you stopping by and hope to see you again. Until next time.